Well, thanks everyone. We appreciate you jumping on with us to let us share our thoughts on this incredible business opportunity that came across our desk. Actually, gosh, it's probably a year ago now. Well, 7 years ago that this first concept came together, but it wasn't until about a year ago that we started to hear more and more that Dave wanted to officially do this. And here we are. You know, it's August 2023. It'll always be something that we'll look back as August of the launch of this company. Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And along with all of you here too. I mean, we are the founders here.
Yeah, and that term founders often is looked upon in a company like this as trying to gather cash flow and so on to actually buy the products that you need to launch a company. Well, let me just say this, and we're proud to say this. CollectDirect is a debt-free company right out of the gate. It's owned by an owner by the name of Dave Jordan and his wife, Joyce. They have for over 40 years been collecting masses of collectibles in warehouses and storage containers and actual bins, truck bins that have been saved in the best form possible for this day, for this launch of this company in August of 2023. The whole thing started when he was a little boy, and even his dad was a collector, and they got into the hobby business together. And all these years later, his vision was to bring the past to the future. And when you think about the past, it's really an emotional connection that happens. Nancy, I mean, you've been experiencing that recently with friends of yours and the travels that we have done and the things you've seen, you know?
Oh, Don's got his phone not shut off. Just a second. I just think that the nostalgia that is involved in this company is incredible. We've had so many conversations with so many people that have said, one being one of your friends that was talking about the Garbage Pail Kids, and Don had never even heard of Garbage Pail Kid cards.
Didn't know what it was.
And I said Garbage Pail Kid cards kind of came out because all the little girls wanted Cabbage Patch Kid dolls, and all the little boys wanted nothing really to do with that as much as they wanted to do the opposite, which was like there was kind of a play on words with Garbage Pail Kids, which was fun. It was lots of fun. And I think that is what people plug into, and the emotion that they remember is the fun. And that's what we're doing here in CollectDirect.
So when we talk about the collectible industry, you can go on Forbes magazine if you like and look up that term collectible. It'll share with you a philosophy from the business community of just how strong this is. There are estimates of where this collectible industry will go into the $1 trillion mark sometime in the next decade. We can give you some comparisons, which we always like to do for those of you that are maybe new on this Zoom. You know, look at eBay, 135 million customers around the world. Then just look at the collectible collections that are happening just in the United States alone. It's estimated over 200 million people just in the US alone collect something, and they value that around 6,000 as a collection. That might be cups and coins or whatever. So the opportunity is vast around the globe. Currently, CollectDirect has made a decision to open up Canada, the Australian market, and the United States, with 3 other countries on the horizon, which we're not going to share until we have enough of the data to go into it. But lots of those countries will come on board as it makes sense. See, the company is in a great growing stage. We want to control our growth so we can actually get all the things we need done. So today I want to share with all of you that maybe had done what we called an early bird program back before August. And that early bird program was for you could just grab a spot for free and sort of position yourself. Well, some of you might have today got an email from the company sharing with you how you take advantage of that and get into the program. There was a bit of a struggle there. So I'm going to summarize that email for those of you that didn't get it. If you have people that are saying, how do I get my position locked in so I can be one of these founders and get a sample package in the month of August? So the notes that I've written down from the email go as follows. You need to remember that you never actually had an account. You had a free early bird spot, but that position was in our organizational tree until it gets purged out whenever that decision is made by our owner. So currently they're in the tree. All you need to do is the email you used, and that's the key. Whatever email you gave the person that put you in for free has to be used when you go to join our team. So you go to collectdirect.com, you go to join our team, and in there you put the email you used during the early bird session. If you use the proper email, you'll right away see that you can start entering your own password and move forward into the continue stage, which is set up your account. with your address and so on. Now, I don't recommend even attempting that until you're ready to purchase at a minimum your $9.98 membership, which is for 1 year, which will give you access to websites that you'll be able to share across the markets that we're open in for people to buy all of our items. Currently, we are approaching the 8,000 mark in terms of collectible items. And behind every one of those items, there are a number of different product SKUs and inventory valued currently well over multi millions of dollars just in our shopping cart. So the comparisons we always give for those of you that look at this and say, well, what's really going on here is, can you imagine if you walked into a shopping mall and every door in the shopping mall, you didn't have to employ anybody, you didn't have to turn the lights on, you didn't have to pay any taxes, you didn't have to do anything, and all you had to do is point, click, and share to every door of that shopping mall, and if somebody bought something from inside that shopping mall, you got paid. Well, that's the concept here. Our mall is our collectible categories that are very diverse, including the sports categories, and of course, the other things like Barbie dolls, LPs, records, coins, stamps, and many more things, Lionel trains, watches, antiques and ornaments and paintings and all kinds of autographs and many things. The estimate of value is phenomenal, but what we like to say is point, click, and share and go and search for something you may want. See, wants are the key here in the collectible space. We don't have to convince anybody. In fact, we just say point, click, share, go see if you like anything. And if they buy it, somebody can earn a commission. It's called a retail reward, and it comes from that person having some item they choose. There'll be a shopping cart that'll be available. Currently, you could surf our cart, but you can't buy until it goes live. Now, we've been looking closely at the process, and I want to explain this to all of you, that our goal is to be live in our shopping cart in September. Now, one of the things that again, we're always listening to advisors. So August is our setup month, and it's taking us with 8,000 items in 3 warehouses, a lot of work to categorize where they're going to be located in those warehouses so that our shipping folks can pick them. They're going to pick and pack, because it's not just one item you're going to buy. You may buy 5 items. You might buy 10 items. Some of you may buy something from $2.98 up to $1,000 or more. And your cart could be that big. It's going to lead you to do a lot of gift giving come holiday time from this shopping cart. Now, Nancy, the emotional connection to products is so important to us. And your girlfriend, I know, found a collection of her dad that was scout pins, for example. And what did she discover?
Well, she said that I had no idea that scout pins and going to jamborees and these people would get together and trade badges and pins, and some of them were very elusive. And she said to me, she didn't give me a dollar amount, but she said, I sold one of my dad's scout pins, and she has twin girls, and she says, and that pin is going to pay for those girls to go to university. And I was gobsmacked. I had no idea. And I said to Don, when there's something that somebody wants, they'll go to the ends of the earth to find it. And I said, and what we're doing is just giving people a passageway to find what they're already looking for.
And so when we look at the world of collectibles, a great example was just recently watching the BlackBerry movie. For those of you that maybe remember the little BlackBerries that people used to hold in their hand before all of these iPhones and all these other Android phones were out there. It used to be a company that had 43% of the market share, and there's a movie done about it. Well, I kind of put it into this sort of frame of mind for all of you. See, BlackBerry used to provide free data for sending the messages out. And then another company comes along and says, wait a minute, the carrier can make money by charging for the data, and the carrier supported them more so than that BlackBerry. And before you know it, it didn't matter how good a product was. What mattered was who could get it and have more accessible use of it, and the carrier made it more available, and before you know it, they were making lots of money. Now, why do I compare that story? See, there are people out there that might say, hey, this hasn't got the cheapest product available. Maybe I'll go to our website and see one of our baseball cards and say, hey, I could get this for $5 less. They're missing the point. You see, the individual that might have that story that they'll share, they're in a position kind of like, and I don't want to wish harm on anybody, but if I think back to the video store craze, every corner had a video store. You used to go there to buy a Betamax or a VHS. Well, today we download all our movies, and we don't even have those stores anymore. They're gone, right? But there's even something inside that story that's interesting. Beta was thought to be the best format for showing a video. It was slower, cleaner, a better picture. VHS at the time says, wait a minute, we'll make our platform available to everybody. And before you know it, there's no more beta, there's only VHS. Now let's flash forward to Dave Jordan and his vision. Taking 40 years of collectible history, spread out amongst warehouses, hiring customer service staff. And let me just say, some of the emails I got today while we've been on the road of the compliments for our customer service team were so nice to hear. And I passed that on to Dave today. And all of that team is doing a fantastic job. They've been hired here, some of them before August, but many of them during August, and they're being trained and on the job, learning and providing you guys with all the help they can get. So for those of you that struggle with this email component and your email maybe was entered wrong in the early bird, send in a message to support. Send it to them and say, hey, I want to get my spot locked up. I want to buy my sample package, but could you help me because my email's not working? It's because it was entered wrong with somebody like myself, maybe Fat Fingers or whatever, that maybe entered it wrong. It's all about your email if you want in from the very beginning of our early bird session. So it's got to be proper. After that, they'll help you get started with our business. But I wanted to share those little innuendos of expression of the past that we know from business, that opened my mind to this opportunity. Now, when I think as an entrepreneur, what I have here with all of you, it opens my mind to just incredible opportunity, because I've never seen anything that I've had a chance as a category creator that nobody else has done, that everybody in the world is going to one day know all about. We're seeing that now in August because we're finding very few people have any pushback. If somebody says to you, I'm not a collector, I don't collect anything. Well, here's a great way to come back to those folks. Do you know anybody that collects anything? Or do you ever give a gift to somebody everywhere else in the world that you've run out of things to buy them? And you say, well, absolutely. Could be your senior grandmother or grandfather, and you've bought them a pair of slippers every year for 3 years. Well, they don't need any more slippers. So maybe it would be buying them something from their past and giving it to them as a gift. We believe in our company right now will grow in holiday season, where a lot of these companies go down in holiday season. Now, we pay you basically on a number of different ways. It's an 8 kind of place compensation plan. And I'll just touch on a couple of points here before I give you our dates of our very first regional conference and an official booking of that conference. We give you a chance to earn what's called a fast start or a retail reward. That's based on your sharing your website after you have physically purchased a $9.98 membership that's good for the whole year. If they buy anything from our shopping cart, you will get paid a one-time payment from the percentage of that item. It could be 30 cents one day to hundreds of dollars based on that item. Each item in our shopping cart is loaded with a code that says, here's how much it will pay in the fast start. Today, we set up a package called a sample package for you to get started with us so we could go through all this learning and earning, get our customer service team totally up, and have our shipping department ready. And it's called a sample package of assorted goods from currently 11 categories of product. It's for $278.98. Everything's in US dollars. Everybody gets paid in US dollars. Well, I want to share that with you is that that's the only option we have in our shopping cart today. But there are numbers of items you can see in the shopping cart, but the button's not turned on until we go live. When we go live, it will happen in September. It will be sometime right around now, we're estimating so that you understand the 10th to the 15th of September, not the 1st. And the reason why is that we've decided to extend our sample program into September, which means this. The people in August are our founding members that came in our setup month. They're getting a free gift in the middle of September. That free gift is on Dave's dime, and it includes a graded item and an opportunity for somebody in August to get one of 6 very, very good valued collectible products that are going to be shipped to you randomly. So one of 6, right? Plus each and every one of you get a graded item in his book that he's given away. We're going to do the same thing October 15th. So in other words, in September, you folks are going to still have a chance if you want to do the sample purchase, while we're waiting for the shopping cart to go live. And you that do that will get a free gift in October, but it'll be a different gift than the August one, obviously. So August is locked in. Your gifts are what we deliver in September 15th. October will be a different gift that goes to the folks that do the sample program in September. Let me just say that.
And you should clarify that this is Dave's generosity. These gifts are just out of the fact that he is so excited about starting this business with all of you, that he really wants you to not only know more about him, hence adding the book to what he is doing, but also just to share with everybody. And that's just so much his nature. And so we are really, really excited about the fact that he's carrying this over into the next month. And it just goes to show that Dave has got a generous heart.
Yeah, and there's two other features coming to our website that we haven't shared a lot about in recent sessions, but get ready to learn more about the dugout when we go live with that. And the intricacies of that are being worked on now with our coders and with our design folks. And it's Dave's vision, this dugout, and what it's going to do for all of you one day is going to be incredible for those of you that choose to participate in the dugout. It's a sports theme, but we're not a sports card company. We have sports cards, but we have more of the other things in collectibles than just a sports card, right? Dave I'm not even going to say, Dave bought out a company recently to bring in more areas of the collectible space.
Is it hats?
It's not hats. It's not hats. It's not hats. In some ways, I wish it was.
I'm just teasing.
So I'm not going to future any more than that, but I want to tell you this. October 26th, 27th, and 28th. 26th would be the come-in day. That's where you would arrive as a rule, I would think. 27th and 28th are when we're going to fill your head, I think, with a lot of good information about being in business. See, folks, many of you don't realize that being in a independent business like this called a home-based business, you have tax deductions like many people in a traditional business. I mean, we flew here to Whistler in BC, and that's a tax deductible expense. We're in a hotel for a reward trip that we earned from my traditional company. And of course, as we're spending and working and learning here, it's tax deductible expenses. Same for you. Those of you that buy your sample packages, that bill in most areas of the world is a tax deductible expense. It's an expense for you to be in business. Business cards, that's an expense. Legitimate travel to the conference to be there with the people that are going to teach you is a tax deductible expense. Now, is it possible you could spend more money than you earn? Absolutely. There's no guarantee you'll make a penny here. And we can't ever say that you will, but we love to say this. Our philosophy is to help you, and many of you, make some money more often. That's our goal. But we can't guarantee a thing. So it's the same thing with our collectible products. Yes, you've got a nice sample package. Some people have held them up and go, oh my goodness, I've got this graded and it was worth more than I paid for the package. Some of you have said, I didn't get anything that was amazing in there, but guess what? Dave is also sending you a free gift in September to add on to what you purchased there. So it averages out. Plus, for those of you that reach the superstar collector level, which in simple terms would be somebody that says, hey, I've got two of my friends or people that want to come on with 2 sample orders on the left. So that's 2 and 2 sample orders on my team on the right. You could move yourself up to what we would call a superstar collector in rank. Nobody can buy a rank in Collector Direct. Nobody is required to do an auto ship in Collector Direct. Nobody is required to be on a loyalty program in Collector Direct. Our philosophy is point, click, and share these incredible historical products and buy what you want. And if you don't, so be it. But we do have ways for you to have your volume from your team and your customers, and your team's customers move you up the rank. So our compensation plan pays a fast start, pays percentages in your 2 teams you're building, pays matching checks on your team effort to help your team make money. It's called a matching check. We have another program called a Unilevel, which is incredible. It's embedded into both of our legs, but your customers are always frontline to you. So you can have as wide a team as you want and go as deep as you want in the 2 teams and get paid what we call a Unilevel on every purchase as well. The compensation plan will be explained in more details. There's videos and so on that, but it's important for you to just get the picture here, right? We're just getting started. People got their first pay last week on the 17th. This week will get paid on the Thursday of this week. We pay every Thursday, and then monthly, we actually pay the unilevel, our lifestyle bonus, and I beat you, Jackie. I got to that admit person before you did. and the lifestyle bonus. Now, let me just say, lifestyle bonus is for the diamonds and above. What does it take to get to diamond? A heck of a commitment. Folks, every one of you have an opportunity here to go to work. And I believe in my heart that the person that puts their head down learns and earns and constantly comes to these Zooms and asks questions, goes to the trainings that will be available, obviously comes to the conference if they can in October, will come out of that with their pants on fire. Nancy, we've been there in our lives, haven't we?
I think that leaders are born at conferences. I really do. You go in there, and the best analogy I ever heard from somebody, they said, oh, I'm just going to, find out about it and plug into it. And lots of times these things are online. And I said, it's kind of when you do that, like getting a haircut over the phone, because you can't plug into the energy. You can't plug into the people. And people are just so magnetic and excited when they're at these things. And the buzz and the feeling at these things are just so powerful. You take that home and it's like a fire in your belly. And every single conference that we've ever been to, we've come out and ranked up.
Folks, I would say that October 26th, 27th, and 28th should be on everybody's calendar and as a goal for one reason in particular, exactly what Nancy said. The learning and earning and the best stuff always happens at the end in those conferences, where you get to sit around as groups and have that round table and say, what did you just hear? What wasn't that interesting? And folks, at that conference, we'll have some announcements to help you propel your business forward for November, December, and 2024 that I believe will be industry changing. That's just what I've seen, and I'm understanding more and more of how it's coming together. Get ready. So where are we at right now? Just to summarize this first part of the call, and then we'll open it up for some questions. Today, we send an email out to some early birds that are struggling to lock their spot. What does lock your spot mean in August 2023? You have to buy something. You have to either get a $9.98 membership, or you need to buy the membership and the sample package. Otherwise, you cannot lock your spot. Not anybody who has not done that has not got an actual position in Collect Direct today. What you need to do, if you have first come to Collect Direct as an early bird, is use the email that you entered, go into join our team, fill that email in there, populate, lock in a spot, buy what you want, and you'll officially be put back in the same position you were when you put an early bird spot in months ago. Most of you are motivated by that want to do this. And we have a list of people that are anxiously waiting to do that. So that's the first thing we covered today. Join our team, original email, and you can change your username and the rest of the information. But if you thought you put a password in before, no, you've got to start all over again, but use your email to go into join our team. We will find you and make you lined up. If you have a struggle with that, email support. And by the way, support is responding within 24 hours on every ticket now. So get ready for being wowed. I'm hearing again comments of how good support is. So watch for that. The next announcement was official regional announcement for October 26th, arriving 27th and 8th in Sioux Falls, South Dakota at the Grand Falls Casino. Okay, he's done a room block. We will have a pamphlet on there for Saturday that will allow you to see a little bit more about that, what you can do. But we're not expecting at that conference, we actually don't want very much more than about 200 people at our very first regional. So we're going to hold it back slightly, and we're going to have a requirement to be at a level. Means you have to build your rank on volume. And that's what all of you are striving to do. Some of you in August, and some of you will do in September, and others will do in October. It's the superstar collector. We want to have the core group that understands commitment. We want the core group that is here to win it and be part of this team effort. And that's the goal right now. Then we're going to be doing a conference in Canada, one in Australia, and then our major national convention, which will be back in Las Vegas at this point. And that's being planned and mapped out now, but more to come on that as those dates are in stone. But I can give you the Grand Falls Casino for Sioux Falls, South Dakota, officially October 26th, 7th, and 28th. I hope to see all of you there, as Nancy said. Come there with and leave there with your pants on fire. Okay. I don't have a whole lot of other things to share with you other than let's answer some questions and let Dave see the answers and a visual on that. So I see a hand up, Buck. Go right ahead. We'll start with you, I think. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to mute yourself. I might have to change the way I've set this all up.
Has said that.
Robert has said something. Okay, Robert has said. Okay, hang on. Let me go to unmute you. I have to unmute you, or I have to unmute each one that's got their hand up. So if I ask you to,
Buck's right there.
Buck's right here. Can I unmute? Unmute. No, I got to go back to. Hang on. So I have to go back to the main deal here. Hang on. How do I get this changed so nobody has mute? They can mute themselves now. I'm sorry. It's so bad to be not very technical. It really is. It really is. Here we go. Here you go. Mute all upon entry. I'm going to turn that off. Now let's just see if you can unmute yourself, Buck. Nope, can't. Okay. Go back here. Enable waiting room. Here you go. Allow participants to unmute themselves. That's what I'm looking for. Now try, Buck.
Working now.
Perfect.
Working now.
Okay, thanks, Buck. Sorry I kept you waiting there.
It's all right, not a problem, Don. How you doing this evening?
We're doing great. We're in beautiful Whistler, Canada. Incredible space to be lucky and fortunate to be at with and share a little bit of time with you guys.
Well, we appreciate you, Don. You've put a huge extra effort in bringing the information to us, and we really do appreciate it. My question is, I've got somebody that they paid their $9.98 to get started, and they didn't order the sample pack at the time. Now they want to go back in there and order, but and I went and looked too. I didn't see any way to order that sample pack. How are they going to do that? Is it going to be set up in the near future, or am I missing something?
It is set up now. So they should have the ability to actually do that. Both are there now. So if they go back there, it'll say, would you like to upgrade? It will say that. You have to go to continue and they upgrade their sample package. It is there.
If they go through your back office, is that where you go?
Yeah, they would go into login in their membership, get into their back office where they can see the genealogy, like they can see the dual team, and then they can actually place their order and upgrade. If they struggle with that, then they would send to support, which will respond quickly, and just put in there, want to order, need help, something like that.
Okay, thanks, Don.
In the ticket, yeah. But it is working now, for sure. Thanks, Buck. Go ahead,
Thanks,
Mark, Mary Kay, and Sean. Go ahead, Sean.
Okay, am I unmuted? I think I am. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, last night Mary Kay and I did a Zoom. We do one at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. And we talked about how, and I think this might help everybody, so I'll share it real quick. Selling is convincing people to buy something they don't necessarily need or want.
Right.
A new vacuum cleaner, a car they don't necessarily need, an insurance policy, whatever, right? Buying something you don't necessarily need or want. None of that's going on here, Don, Nancy. This is people want stuff. And it's all about want. Everything's about want. There's no need. It's not about just selling. It's not even selling. All we do, I think, at the end of the day, is inform people about this gift. What's the gift? The gift is having access to this portal, which comprises of a library of products from these warehouses. That's it. That's all we do. Just let people know about it, right? So that's it. I'm done. See you guys.
No, hey, listen, you're bang on right. We've been hearing from so many people, there's no pushback. So that's why we say to somebody and they say, well, I'm not a collector. Yeah, but are you a shopper? Do you give gifts to anybody?
Mary Kay's a shopper.
I don't know of any time in my career where I've started with a company that is starting with 8,000 items out of the gate for me to point, click, and share. It's mind-boggling. And every one of them is paid for and owned by the company, so they're debt-free. There's no chance this company could ever run out of product because Dave is buying truckloads every other week as he buys up collections to add to our choices and opportunity. Sean, you bang on right. That was a great analogy.
Hey, I'm not a collector, but in my box right here that I got sitting beside me right now, I've been playing with eBay a little bit, but right there in that box, there's at least 2 graded cards. So they're not just items, they're graded cards. I mean, they're quality things. It's not junk. I've had some naysayers say, oh, most of that stuff should be burnt. What? They're just trying to undo the movement, you know?
Yeah.
It's negativity.
Yeah, it's interesting.
just
The
stupid.
analogy I gave about all the video stores going away and so on like that. You know, we're competition for some of these people out there, and they're not happy about it. And Dave is getting now opportunities coming to him like unbelievable because they're getting the vision. And so that's for all of you. The vision of this company is so huge that it's never been done before. And the timing is for all of you to say, I was there in August 2023. We'll always be able to say that. And by the way, there's a button being made that all of you will see one day and you'll be able to get and have for fun in your own time capsule. I was there. Get ready. That's coming in your conference time. Okay, thanks, Sean. Go ahead, John. You can come off mute. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Don. I want to have a couple of members of my family join, and I would like to pay their way in, pay their $9.98. Can I use my credit card to bring other people in?
Yeah. Okay. So that's a really good question, but let's address it with the fraudulent industry of collectibles in mind. First and foremost, you would need to use a different credit card for each member. That's important for you to understand. Some people can do that by going to their local, potentially Walmart, and buying a prepaid something. Why do we do that? Well, look, we've proved the concept already, right? People are getting paid. People's credit cards are getting charged. That's called a merchant account. And then we have our payout programs that are currently in place. And there are more payout programs coming. But the most important thing that was stressed to us by legal advisors was to protect the company from fraud. You see, when you're talking about time capsule pieces, and if they go out there and you can't verify who that person was with the same address on their credit card in their home, there's a potential for suddenly that person to be gone and the products being sort of mysteriously disappearing. We have a number of different things. Signatures on delivery for our 200 and up items to protect the company. The credit card must be the same name on your account, the same name as your credit card, and then the same delivery address of your credit card for your billing address. That's protection. So the quick answer to what you just asked me was you can't use your card for your other family members. You would have to find a way to have a different credit card to purchase the membership or another product from our shopping cart. I hope that answers your question, John.
Yeah, that helped a lot. And thank you very much. I want to also ask, if no one is at home and someone is on vacation and the package comes and nobody can sign for it, what happens to the package? Do you have any arrangements made with the Postal Service that they hold it there, or does it return to the company? What's the procedure there?
Well, I mean, it does need a signature. We've had one example, and I won't go into the details, but it actually solved itself because the person that signed for it brought it over for that person that was away, and everything worked out. At first, they were in a little bit of a panic mode, thinking that somebody faked their name and took their product, and it was gone. But it was an honest a situation where somebody helped them. I don't know. I don't know about the backup plan other than to say each person's their own business person. If you know you're going to be away, you can track your item. You should have an estimate of when it's going to be there. If somebody can't be there on your behalf to sign for it, potentially that is legitimately authorized by you, or you have a note on the door, potentially, I'd have to ask if this is legal or not, but I think it would be, that says on the inside of the door, hey, if I'm not here, please bring my parcel to my neighbor at such and such, such and such. I would like them to sign for it. I will take responsibility. I believe that would be legal enough to do that. But again, it's your business. The company is always going to be in the side of protecting you from fraud, making sure that the items we're sending you are verifiable, they've been graded properly. So we're in business together. So I'm answering the question as best I can. I think I'm giving you a solution.
Joe says you can have
Don.
Yes, go ahead, Robert.
Just a FYI, the U.S. Post Office, if the package requires a signature and you're not there, typically they will leave a note on your door saying that you have a package to sign for, and it'll be held at the post office for approximately 2 weeks.
Okay. I think that's how it works.
A standard protocol.
All right. Now, that's great.
That's
really great information. And the reason I say that is a friend of mine who just became a member and ordered. He didn't know about this requirement, and he went on vacation. He's down in Mobile, and he lives in northern Georgia, and he's not going to be there. And he lives out in the country, and he has no neighbors. And so, anyway, the fact that the post office might hold it for 2 weeks is a good answer. I hope that's the case. Thank you very much. I appreciate your answers.
Awesome. Well, that's great.
Don, real quick on the Walmart card idea or buying another card. That card would have to be in the name of the person you're registering, right? It wouldn't be in your name.
Well, and again, if you had Joe Smith on that debit card and the account is in Frank Tilley or whatever the heck the name is, it would probably not suffice. So you're right. If you're looking at doing that for your child, I would put it in your child's name. I would put it in your sibling's name,
right. Okay,
and make it so that the count of the card and the name on the count is the same. That's a fraud buster that we put in place. So please, honor that. That's important. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. By the way, hello, John Hoffman.
Okay.
I don't mean to keep
hello
in.
to you, John.
Go ahead, Robert. You're jumping in again, and I got Shelley. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah. With the payment, if your card, say you have a girlfriend, whatever, if it's the same shipping address in our system currently, you can put it in another person's name as long as the billing address is the same.
Well, I think you've tested that once. I think it worked. So again, this is 7 months, so it might be worth a sample. If it won't accept it, then you'll have to change it to the person's name right out of the gate. And I've seen people do that too, because it will not let you proceed, and you get stuck, and you got to go back and re-enter it. So it's all good. Good point, Robert. It's worth a try. Go ahead, Shelley. Your hand's up.
Okay, thank you. I have 3 personal IRs who I know have ordered the packs, the 279 packs. They're not showing up in my back office as having ordered. I sent a support ticket in, and they said that it's a tech thing. Do we know when that's going to be updated or when that'll be fixed? Because I know that's messing with my rank.
Okay, so I would say, and again, and let me just also say, we like to say sample order because we don't really sell products, right?
Okay, sorry.
Just some schematics there, but
no,
it's all good. It's all good. We're all learning. I would say specifically in that particular example, they've ordered, and you've checked, and you've seen that you can see that there's an order in their system. They've actually verified that order was charged to their credit card.
Yes,
you have an order number?
The support person checked it and saw that there is an order and one of the people have even already received their order, but it's just not showing up in my back office.
So I would say reach out to, at this point, Saren is actually doing a fantastic job of getting back to everybody she can from the past and to the current, and she is looking closely at that. So I would suggest you can send it to support@collectdirect.com. Attention, Saren. And Saren probably will do the research. If you could give her the ID numbers and the order numbers and say, I know they've been charged, but they're not showing up in my ID number, and you give them your ID number. Help them out. Give them the ID number that you are and tell them.
And Dawn, I have done that. We've had conversations back and forth, and her response to me has just been, I spoke to tech, and there's a ticket open for it. They're aware of it. So I guess my question is if we know how long it's going to take for them to fix it, because it's been a few days since last week.
I could tell you this, for example, Chris, who does all of our coding every day, is fixing little glitches, and it's been getting better and better and better. In fact, he's got procedure he's going to change that we've been doing that's going to make it better as well, that he hopes to have ready by September.
Okay.
Saren is Sarin if you've been dealing with her or not, but there are a number of different support people there now that are full-time that will respond. If they can't do that, they've now sent it to Chris, who will fix it and find that order and give you the credit for it before the end of the month.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I tell you what, you're more than welcome to send me as well at dcarson@excitedcollector.com, and I'll do my best to track it down with them and see if I can just verify who's handling it. And then I'll stay out of the way because I can't fix it, but I'll definitely help ask the questions on your behalf, if that's okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Go ahead. We got any other questions? I don't see any other hands up. So let me just, if I go down the notes here just quickly on the chats, if there's anything else there. I'm just taking a look here.
Hey, Don, I'd just like to say that you are such a trooper. You've helped me and others that I know and some of my members and gone out of your way to bend over backwards to help them. And I really appreciate what you're doing. Thank you very much.
Oh, listen, you know what? Teamwork makes the dream work. So this is all part of the effort to have a core group of people that can launch once we get through this August and September launch and our shopping cart goes live. I mean, I just want to get out of your way because it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of volume generated. I see Michael has his hand up. So go ahead, Michael Clark. Just have to unmute yourself, Michael.
All righty. I just so we've got the public date pushed back a little bit. I've got some team members that are very anxious. They have collector shows they've already booked to go visit. So is there any word on the artwork or the approved information that they could put on business cards or flyers? Is that coming anytime soon?
Well, I mean, from a business card standpoint, the 3 websites that we currently have to share are the 2 active will be first active collectdirect.com/your username. That's live now. Then it'll be collectdirectretail.com and your username. That'll be live in September. Then it'll be collectdirectmagazine.com. That'll be alive in September too with your username that you can lead generate. You see, one of the problems we've had, and I'm just speaking honestly, was the early bird was free. People started doing their own little marketing plans and they were capturing names for free and it was fairly easy. Now, those people may never want to be involved, but they were in there with a name and a position. That will get purged out eventually. But we still want to give those people a chance if they're wanting to lock in. So there's an email that's gone out to them today. Okay. So once we get through this last cleanup, part of it is that email that went out today. And we've verified that the people that's names are in our system are wanting to be here for a minimum of a $9.98, or they want a sample product, or they want to get started with buying something when the shopping cart opens. Then we're cleaning it all up. The marketing that we're working on right now on regular marketing meetings is being put together, tested. There's colors being changed. There's fonts that have to be verified. That is happening. There's postcards. All of that's happening. It's not going to help you today for me to say to you by this date, you will have this, that, and another thing. All I can share with you is collectdirect.com, collectdirectretail.com, collectdirectmagazine.com, and eventually we believe collectdirectdugout.com. There's some things coming that we're going to add for marketing. I would believe October 27th will be the official launch pad of the company into the big numbers. That's not answering your question, but I'm painting a picture.
Yeah, I got that.
Add like,
well, the concern is about.
Yeah. Oh, the shows they booked, or
the concern is on the, the concern is, to put something out that could say Collect Direct, that you're an independent consultant or independent rep.
Well, you can now,
and I understand that.
You can now.
Yeah,
you can do it now. collectdirect.com/your username.
Right. Okay.
But those folks there will go into. They can go in there and they can see the shopping cart until it goes live. But if they want to lock their spot, they got to pay $9.98. But it's live right now. You could do that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think
I would say give us another 8 days, but get to September and let us see if we've got the actual lead capture site ready for you to be able to use. That's the one you're looking for your business card. How about another 8 days? See if we can answer that. Is that fair?
Okay. Sounds good.
We wrote it down. We'll follow up tomorrow in between our activities they've got planned for us. Okay. Thanks for your feedback. Appreciate you. David, go right ahead.
Hey, I wanted to go back to what Shelley was talking about. I'm in my back office right now, and at one point, I was at or whatever the rank was for Superstar, I think. I've got 5 or 6 personals that have ordered, and my rank isn't changing. And does that affect the pay? Does that affect the
unilevel?
No.
No. It doesn't affect the pay currently because nobody's building that multiple stream of income with customers and so on. But there is a one tweak to the compensation coding that had to have happen that is affecting a few people. I'll just share this with all of you. The home run collector on the left and a home run collector on the right concept currently in our plan would require you to have one on the left and one on the right for that person to be called a home run collector. We don't buy a home run collector rank position. So the current coding doesn't allow you to move to superstar unless you were to have a person that actually became a home run collector by the term described there on the left and a home run collector on the right. We were tweaking that so that it would be 100% on volume. So in your case, yes, you would move to a superstar collector if you had a minimum of 2 sample orders on your left and a minimum of 2 sample orders on your right, and you personally had bought something. And that would be the requirement. So yes, you're close to seeing that get changed, and it'll flow properly, I would say, by the end of the month. Chris has got a number of different things that they're working through after they got the scorecard up, which I'm loving the way it's sharing the data right now. So watch the next 2, 3, 4 days, and I bet you it changes for you because we are tweaking.
Well, one of the things that I'll comment on is I really haven't been paying that much attention. I'll look at it, but look, this is a brand we haven't even hard launched yet. This is something that's like a couple of weeks old, So I'm thinking, okay, this has got to go through its ups and downs and get there. But from what I'm seeing, everything that you guys are doing, the tech team and everything is taking all of this, embracing it, making it right, making sure that we all come out where we need to come out at. And I'm good with that. I just wanted to know if there was something that I needed to do, whatever. I think I'm following this pretty well.
Yeah,
so thank you.
I think the only thing that, and it's a few people I've had that comment with right now, is that it's hard for them to have a home run collector on their left and a home run collector on the right if the people on the left did not bring somebody on their left and their right. And we want that to be a requirement as you go up the ladder to diamond and above. There's a lot more structure and work and coaching and teaching and mentoring that you're going to require to get there. And each and every one of you are going to have to make a commitment to be a diamond. I mean, it's a commitment. It's not just put my name here and I'm going to be a diamond. I'm sorry. We are not that company. We are a get in where you fit in company. We'll let customers drive the volume. We'll let you move up in rank based on the success you have with the volume you generate from your efforts and your team effort. And we'll celebrate at our conferences every quarter. That's our vision. And, I believe the customers will be the biggest part of our company eventually, David. And I think you'll be probably one of the ones that have a ton of customers.
Well, I'm going to be a diamond, and I'm going to be at the October conference and every conference thereafter. So,
thank you. Thank you. Okay, I see Ebenezer. Go ahead. I hope I pronounced that right. Go ahead and come off mute. No? Okay, anybody first off mute, go ahead. I see their hands up. I know we covered Shelly already.
Hey, Don. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Frank.
Hey, thanks. It's Frank here in sunny Las Vegas.
Hey, by the way, congratulations on your effort and your team. And I'm seeing so much fun happening in your organization. Your history is coming back, my friend. You're one of the larger leaders from the history of the industry that has resurfaced, and coming out of retirement, man, you're having some fun, aren't you?
Thank you. I am, Don. I'm having a ball. And, I do have a question, but before I ask it, if anybody's feeling a little frustrated because we're not going to open September 1st, I feel that too. But I want you to understand that when I saw this many months ago, I was turned on instantly. I knew exactly what it was. I've owned 2 network marketing companies myself. And so I really enjoyed the process of watching what Dave and Honor are doing along the way. In fact, I can remember when we didn't have a Facebook group. And as soon as it opened, I think I was the very first person that posted on it. And then we had the lucky spot. And then we finally got to see our website. And then we finally got to see some products on the website. And, it is a process. And I don't expect on day one that we're going to have 100,000 items and $50 million on there. It's got to take time to build. But this is the most beautiful time for people that appreciate ground floor. And that's where we are. Yeah. And, if you can convey that to the new people, they'll better understand and have less frustration with the stalls and getting open. There is so much to be done. And I am so impressed watching this unfold.
Well, let me just say, first of all, thank you for your kind words and your expression of gratitude for the team behind the scenes that is working here. The September 1st retail comment about not opening, we want you to understand as a team how many warehouses this product is in. What is the potential for 8,000 items to have to come from 3 different warehouses currently? Do we envision, again, hate the future, one warehouse, massive for everything in one day? Dave is all in. He's buying, he's planning, he's looking ahead. But currently, we don't want to come to you and say it's going to take us a month to find the order you just ordered. We want to make sure that you understand that there's something in business called zones. 8,000 different SKUs, zones. In my traditional space, I don't have 8,000 items in my huge warehouse. I might have 300 in my company, 8,000. So our team went to Dave and said, it's important that we do not overpromise and underdeliver. He listened to that advice. He's listening. And the decision he's made was based on nothing more than not overpromising, underdelivering. And they're holding back the pick and pack procedure until it could be before the 10th, but he gave me these numbers, the 10th to the 15th. For all you to understand, they're coding, they're sorting, and they're zone locating the product in those warehouses so that the shipping department will know where to go. So Frank, I appreciate your comments. Thank you, my friend. Jackie, go right ahead. Your hand is up.
Hey, Don and Nancy, thank you so much. And just really quickly, thanks to Dave and Joyce. But what I wanted to say was thank you to all of the IT behind the scenes, because going through the training, going through the back office, and the ease of the back office of having that little eye all the way through there. Well, what is that? What do I do in that space? It's such a user-friendly back office to be able to go to, because you're not taking a step back to go back to an index. So how that has been designed has been amazing, because it just makes it so simple to understand exactly what we do have. And so
Jackie, I'm going to ask you a question here, because somebody's asking right now, how do I change my first name on my profile from Tony to Anthony? I know you've done that. Go ahead and answer that question for that person.
My profile picture, like my profile on my username, or?
Well, your profile, how did you change your name? If you wanted to change your name from Jackie Boyle to DJ Boyle, what did you do?
I actually went through support. And because...
Okay, so you didn't answer my question. So I thought you might have been able to come up with a quick answer. There is a profile button you click on the right, and it allows you to go in there and edit your information. That's how simple it is to answer that question. The other one, Jackie, thanks for chiming in, by the way, and appreciate your comments. CollectDirectRetail.com, is that correct? Yes, that is correct. But it would be CollectDirectRetail.com / with your username is the right way for you to post that in a business card. Somebody saying it won't let you. If it won't let you change your profile, then what you need to do, and by the way, it's probably because your credit card is the same as your name, and you can't change your credit card and your name. That's why, Anthony, that won't let you do that. If your credit card is Tony, it has to be Tony. So that's the strategy there. You'd have to find it, and we're not ready for changing cards and so on yet. We will get there, but that's the reason I would suggest Tony. If not, send a note to support, make a support ticket, and yeah, that was Anthony that said that. He said, "Can I change my from Tony to Anthony?"
Card is Anthony.
Okay, so that's a support question now. You'll need to go to Carrie Lynn at collectdirect.com, and she'll help you with that one. Okay. Okay, we're at the 1 hour mark. We have a dinner we have to attend at 6:30 our time. So I got time for maybe one and two more questions. So go ahead. Anybody else come off mute? Somebody new.
Don, I'm sorry. I have one last thing. How do I order that new sample package, even if I've ordered my first one?
Yeah, so your first one, you asked it, can you order a second one because you're so excited? The answer is yes, you can, but that is being coded to do that, and they're adding that. So that's in our 3 or 4 things to get fixed to open you up to be able to order a second one. That's happening. It should happen this week. Just be patient, watch for it. Once I know it, I'll go and do a little live in the Facebook group and say, hey, you can go back and order your next one. That's what I've been doing. I'm doing those lives because I don't want that on YouTube. I just do those just so you can see some information for all of us private group members. Okay, so watch for that. As soon as I know, I'll do that. Okay, go ahead. Anybody else, real quick?
Oh, hello, Don. This is Ebenezer from London.
Yes, Ebenezer. Thank you.
Yeah, just a quick question. I just wanted to ask, if I go in and order the sample pack, will it be shipped to me in London?
The answer to that today is no. The answer to that is, when will you be able to have that active? I can't tell you for sure, but I know it's in the works.
So I can only upgrade to the 998.
Well, I think that's the case right now. Yes, we're just waiting until the profile allows us to pay commissions out there, and that's being worked on right now. There's an international team now that's been hired, and they're working on the countries that are being launched. And I can't say the three. I just know there's three, and you're smiling, so I'll smile with you. How's that in your picture?
No, the reason why I was asking that question is because he said because I'm already in the system, and he said we can go in and lock in our system by paying the 998. So I can go in and do the 998 now.
Yes.
Well, you can, but I'm not sure that your address in London will accept in our system currently. That's the problem. So I can't answer that question. I don't believe it would. Otherwise, we'd have countries all over the world right now taking us and Dave does not want your money unless he can say, I'm shipping to you, right? So be patient. You don't lose your spot. We're aware of you as an early bird from a country we're not open in, and we're not purging you. Trust me, we're not looking at you as being, we don't want you here. We want you here. But it's got to be proper timed for what the company's doing, and we're working on that officially.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. And I didn't say officially London, by the way. I just smiled with you when I looked at you because that's it. I just want to say. Okay. I got one more question, and then I'm looking forward to going to dinner with this beautiful woman with her new hat. Anybody else? That's it? Perfect. Guys, you listen, we are in this to win it. We're a teamwork getting our dream work. We're going to post this video. I hope it helps you. Reach out to the folks that were the early birds. Again, I do my best. dcarson at excitedcollector.com. I'll respond as quick as I can. My cell number, go ahead and write it down. I'm okay with that. 204-955-3685. I'm here as a team member to help you. But if you text me, understand that I'm not going to get back to you that second. I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. I try to get back to all of you. We're all partners, okay? So take care, everyone. We'll see you all soon. And Saturday at 11, we'll do this again with a little bit of training. Talk to you then. All the best, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.